It is the Riot Podcast. Happy Wednesday.
Still Isaiah-less, so hopefully he starts to feel better soon. He's going to the doctor place today, so we'll find out.
Yeah, I'm nervous about it. I'm nervous for him.
He's never had a COVID test, and I'm not saying he's going to go get a COVID test. I don't know. I just know he's going to the doctor, but he's not feeling good, so he needs to go see what's going on.
You know he's not feeling good if he's not here. Because he's very dedicated. We have to give him that.
So hopefully he'll feel better to join us sometime during this week.
Yes. In the meantime, though, today on the show, sans Isaiah, we talk about how Heinz has a new special surprise that they are going to be unleashing for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, but somehow it's still not enough to make Nikki tune in.
No, it's like a float vehicle. What was the other word?
Balloon.
A balloon at the same time.
So they called it a flowlunical?
There's this horrible... Okay, there's a couple of movies. They're Japanese. It's terrible. Like, they're horrific, but it's the ones where, like... the school children jump off the building and the blood splatters everywhere, or like a battle royale sort of thing. And they always use like blood splattering. And so every time you told me about the gravy boat float, I kept thinking like, what if they could shoot out gravy? And to me, in my mind, it just looks like screaming people just being splattered with blood and like the boat shooting them. And
my gosh, that sounds traumatizing.
Well, you know, and then I did watch all of Squid Game, so maybe a little too violent in my thinking right there. But I thought, no, just keep the gravy in.
Well, maybe the gravy's scalding hot too. So
yes, and it burns them, and they're screaming, and they're like, no.
That'd be quite a way to go, wouldn't it?
So look forward to that next week on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
If it was me, it means I would die doing what I love, eating gravy.
You like that? Yeah.
I love gravy.
I don't care for it too much. So.
Just don't want to be scalded by it.
I think people have a lot more, like if you watch the Thanksgiving Day Parade, I think it's because you watched it when you were growing up. Yeah. So you just continue it as like a tradition. Yeah. So if you watch it next week, let us know what the float looks like.
I think there's a lot of people like me that somebody just has it on because that's what's on. And what I found is, I don't know if it's this way this year, but in previous Thanksgivings, after the parade, I think they do like a dog show in recent years.
That's fun.
And that's actually pretty fun while you're waiting for the football to start.
Imagine at the dog thing if gravy came out.
Oh, the dogs would love that, wouldn't they?
This is the best one ever.
Yeah. We also talk about bringing back a topic from yesterday, more lotion talk.
Oh, for you.
Yeah, because people really have opinions on lotion.
You need like, there's just so many types, and we didn't even talk about it on air, but we were looking on Amazon. It was like this Amish lotion for like, there's gardening and there's like Amish work and stuff. And it's supposed to be really like made in Amish America and stuff. And so I feel like there's a lot of choices for you if you want to find something so your fingers don't bleed.
Everything people sent in is all like old timey, like this is what the pioneers used, or it's like this is for working man's hands if you're out, digging trenches or something.
And like the one that's sold at Lowe's, like how that's perfect.
I just don't think I can buy that with a straight face. I feel that I need lotion for a soft, delicate man that doesn't like to get his hands dirty and yet somehow still has skin issues.
Well, skin issues for your keyboard work. Yeah.
Or the other thing I was thinking of is maybe I should just stop washing my hands.
No, you're supposed to, but that is what's drying them out.
Yeah, right? That's what it got worse for everybody. In fact, so bad here at RadioU, we used to have a lotion bottle by the sink.
Nope.
So that you could lotion your hands, because during the beginning of the pandemic where we had to wash them so often, everybody's hands got so bad. Yeah. So maybe I just need to stop washing my hands.
All right, well, germs away over there.
It's an option. It's definitely, it's either that or me getting blood everywhere.
Don't tell me what you're going to do then, okay? I'll just find out. I'll just see what happens.
You'll just one day come in and look how clean Hudson's nails look now. That no hangnails whatsoever. Let's see, what else did we get to? Well, we talk about the new Spiderman trailer, but I don't offer any insight into it because I didn't watch it.
Perfect. Thanks for helping with that.
Yeah. So Nikki took one for the team.
I don't think I was any help at all.
She watched all the spoilers. It was like 3 minutes long.
I watched it
And it's like
all.
they're showing you the whole movie right there.
It was a lot of it.
Yeah.
But, well, thank you guys for listening to the podcast today. Make sure you say hi if you go to our RadioU official or on TikTok or Instagram. I posted a Riot short from this morning.
Oh, yeah.
So you can watch a little extra bonus content if you follow us there or join us at RadioU Riot on Facebook.
Sounds good.
Have a good day.
We will catch you later.
Worst of the Riot podcast.
So what happened with you yesterday?
Have you ever had a week and like you're afraid what's the next thing that's going to happen?
Sure.
So Monday night, Eric went to the hospital because he had to have a quick surgery. So it wasn't a good night.
No.
And then yesterday was a pretty bad day. But the topper on it was when the lady pulled in and hit my car yesterday.
Where did she hit your car?
Well, I was just sitting there waiting to turn. And so she turned into where I was.
I've had that before.
Completely turned into my car.
You know that dent that is on the front of my car?
Oh, is that from that?
That's from... I wasn't driving, but it was the exact same situation.
Yep.
And I don't know about yours, but in our case, the reason it's never been fixed is because the lady had somebody say to the insurance that, oh, no, it was the other person's fault. And so we had to pay for it.
Oh, no.
So we're not going to pay for it because it's just aesthetic damage.
Sure.
But yeah, we had the same thing.
Well, I have a lot of witnesses and a dash cam. So
there you go.
And it was just completely obvious that she missed and thought she was turning into a lane like to where she should go.
Yeah.
But not where my car was.
She cut it too tight.
Oh, no, she didn't cut it tight. She completely went.
She just...
straight on into the front of my car. There was no questioning.
Oh, no.
No questioning at all. So I had to deal with that yesterday.
Sheesh.
So I don't want anything else to happen today.
Maybe you've got it. It's Wednesday, so we're halfway through the week. So you've hit the peak, and now it's all downhill.
I would like all good things to
Yeah.
go, or at least for the rest of the week, some smaller, more manageable things. Because I'm kind of at my limit.
Well,
so
yeah.
it's gonna be a good day, but no one come near me.
Why don't you just, after the show, just drive straight home and lock
just
yourself,
hide?
lock the doors? Yep.
No, something still happens. I know it. I know it's going to happen. So yeah, that was my fun addition to yesterday.
Oh, man.
And I would just really, like I said, like today to go well. So the Battle of the Buzz will go well. The show will go well, and then we'll just take it easy.
Yeah, we're gonna make Wednesday the best.
So help me.
We can't control other drivers on the road,
can't.
but we can control our attitude.
And I only had the car for a few months, and I didn't really want that.
Yeah, come on.
The car didn't want to have that on its record.
Of course. Now it's got a dirty Carfax.
It does, and it didn't do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't deserve this.
And then the lady was just like, oh. Like, lady. Okay, wait, it's fine.
Yeah.
Don't think about it. Just moving on to the other show.
Mistakes happen.
Yeah, it's good.
It's going to be covered. You've got your dash cam.
Yes, it's all good.
You're fine.
Oh, God, what a week.
The Riot isn't all bad, but this is the Worst of the Riot, RadioU.
When you're putting on your deodorant, you might be doing it at the completely wrong time, evidently.
I didn't know we had many options.
Did you know that there was a special time you need to put on your deodorant?
When your body, no. Special time in our lives when your body starts to smell if you don't.
Yep. Things start to change.
It's really weird when you meet like a little person who doesn't know yet that deodorant is going to happen.
A real, especially for teenage boys, and I went through it too. You go through a real phase of where you're just not quite sure. You just haven't quite learned the ways of deodorant, and that ranges from not wearing any to wearing way too much.
That's true.
Smelly stuff that doesn't exactly defeat the smell that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
It just covers it up
Well,
or mixes with it.
I assumed you shower, you get ready, and then deodorant, and then your clothes. Is there another way that should be going?
Yes, there's an alternative way. Now, this does matter if you're wearing antiperspirant or deodorant. Do you know which one you wear?
I do the one that's both.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
I think I mostly wear deodorant. I don't sweat very much.
Okay, well, maybe what's the normal one? Like if you just go to the store and you're just getting deodorant.
I believe we really call everything deodorant.
Yeah.
But antiperspirant is how I understand it, maybe the stuff that's like more white and chalky because it's supposed to like actually stop you from sweating.
And then the
where
deodorant
covers up the neutralizes the bacteria and neutralizes the smell.
Because I know
from
some
when
people who don't like deodorant will only wear like an antiperspirant, and then some people don't sweat. So what do you need?
Well, here's what you're supposed to do, especially if you're wearing an antiperspirant. The science says. Most people are probably like you. You put it on right after you shower. Or for me, I always put on my deodorant right as I get up, even though I shower the night before.
Oh, okay.
And I put on the deodorant in the morning before
Right
I get
away.
dressed. Yeah, before I put my shirt on, because then I have to reach under my shirt. I don't want to do that. So that's not what you're supposed to do. You're actually supposed to put on your antiperspirant before you go to bed.
The night before?
Yeah, the night before. They say that
that's your sweaty
you get
time?
more effect. It says that you don't really sweat before you go to bed. So then, or while you're in bed. So it's almost like it keeps the minimum amount of sweat and smell that you might have overnight. But then during the day, it's just as effective. Whereas, I don't know. I guess I just don't know. If you're just applying it once a day, I don't know why.
I don't know why either, because then I always shower in the morning. So if I would do that, wouldn't I just be washing away the antiperspirant?
Yes,
and then you're
that's
just
what
adding the
I
deodorant
think.
part.
And if you've ever worn, because like there is, like I use the deodorant because I hate the white chalky stuff. But if you wear the white chalky stuff and then shower,
would it go away?
I guess if you have armpit hair at least, that's the worst because it's just like, it just clumps up in your armpit hair.
It does?
It doesn't, but it doesn't like wash away
Well, you guys
unless
have
you
it
really
bad.
scrub. So yeah, that's, so then I started shaving my armpit. No, I'm just kidding.
Nothing wrong with that. So they say that most antiperspirants provide 24 to 48 hours protection, and it lasts if you bathe the next morning.
No.
Now they're saying bathe, I shower, so I'm wondering with the word games, like if it still works. But
I know.
Based off of this is too much. I'm just going to put the deodorant on like I always do.
I just don't like being told that, a routine part of hygiene that I'm doing it wrong. You know, like I'm putting on deodorant. What more do you want? You know?
I think, you know what? Don't be angry about it and continue with that.
Yeah.
But if you wear an antiperspirant, then they're just saying,
Then
and especially if you don't shower for a few days, this is the way you could do it.
You could kick it up another level
Yeah.
and really get your bang for your buck out of your deodorant or antiperspirant.
But as long as you don't smell, that's all we're working with.
Right. If nobody's complaining about your smell, I know this study is out here, this information, but I think we're all doing fine, right?
Doing good?
And the people that aren't doing fine, we're not getting through to you. You know what I mean?
But you don't say anything to
No,
them.
we can't. You couldn't possibly.
You just move to the side.
Yeah.
We've done you a favor by selecting the best of the worst and compiling it all in one place. Riot Podcast Radio U.
Nikki did the show a favor. She watched the new Spider-Man No Way Home trailer that came out last night because I cannot.
So you don't like to watch just trailers in general to be spoiled, or is it really just Spider-Man ones?
It's 4 movies that I know I really want to see regardless.
So you will see Spider-Man anyway, so you don't want any way to spoil any of these scenes.
Right, because I see the trailer as a way to sell me on something.
Yeah.
But if I'm already sold, I don't want stuff to be spoiled in the movie. So I'm sold on Spider-Man. You don't have to do anything else. I will go see it. I will go to the theaters and see Spider-Man. So I don't want to know what's going to happen. I mean, it's fine to have a vague idea of what's going on in the movie. I know there's a bunch of Spider-Mans and stuff and a bunch of stuff coming back from previous Spider-Man franchises, but that's all I need to know, generally. I don't need to see the jokes. I don't need to see the big reveals. I don't need to see any of that.
Well, the problem is I don't care enough about Spider-Man that I feel
to
like
get excited.
we're really
this.
having a disconnect in between, and Isaiah's out today.
Yeah.
So like we need to have someone in between who can watch the trailer and be excited enough but not spoil it for you.
I'm kind of glad that Isaiah isn't here, just in regards to the Spider-Man, because I feel that he might antagonize me.
Oh, because
and
you don't wanna watch it,
specifically
yeah.
spoil stuff.
Well, I'll try
just
my
to get
best.
at me.
Let's say that Spider-Man Homecoming, so the new trailer that came out yesterday, looked a lot like the trailer that was out a few weeks ago. Okay, so just based on my opinion, I feel like they really lean.
Well, they're from the same movie.
It is. I don't think they spoiled too much more that I noticed. And they really lean heavily on Doctor Strange.
Oh, yeah?
He's in there a lot, and if not, then they show every part that he's in the trailers.
Yeah,
so
sometimes
it's a lot.
Man, that's an interesting idea to take there because sometimes in movies you see if it's a comedy they put the only couple of jokes in there. Like they try to play up
like
what
it
they
is
want
a
to play
comedy.
up. So why are they? But Doctor Strange doesn't seem to be as popular. I know you like Doctor Strange a lot, and I do too, and Isaiah does, but Spider-Man is the far more popular character, so why are they leaning into the Doctor Strange aspect?
To me, again, as someone who's not as in and caring about it as much, it made it seem like they were trying to expand to people who did not like Spider-Man or bring it more into like the Marvel, side of stuff. So it's just like, hey, there's Doctor Strange again.
Yeah.
Yay. But, it's more Spider-Man.
Maybe I don't even know if the actor, Benedict Cumberbatch, I know he's popular. Yeah. But is he like a big draw to everybody? I don't know. But hey, you know what? They don't need to draw me.
You're already there.
I'm going to be there.
I think you'll like it based on the new trailer. It comes out December 17th. It is funny, though. You have, at least for me, I have to slow myself down and remember because they'll always put it's in theaters only. And when I watch a trailer now or if I get excited for a movie, I'm like, hey, I can, hang out at home, watch it that weekend.
Right.
And that is
but
over.
Only if it's on HBO Max.
That is over now.
Yep.
And now you're like, oh, but do I want to see it in theaters? Because that's the only way it's going to be out.
It feels like it's a hurdle for them to get you to jump through.
Yeah.
That you might not want to jump.
Not necessarily.
You're not going to jump to go see Spider-Man.
But you enjoy
You're
that.
not going to swing on a web through the hurdles
nope.
to go see Spider-Man.
Let's see. Jason says, because Doctor Strange is going to be connecting everything, his role is pivotal to the multiverse.
I understand. I am concerned that many... I was going to say I'm slightly concerned. I'm really excited about the movie. I'm concerned that I'm behind on my Marvel movies. And let's be honest, Spider-Man comes out, right at Christmas time, you said?
December 17th.
So there's no way I'm catching up on all of the Marvel stuff I haven't seen between now and then.
Yeah, you have time. I think you could.
But I know I have time, but I'm not going to.
I see. You're not going to make the time.
And Eternals isn't going to be on Disney Plus between now and then, I'm assuming. So I'll be completely in the dark on that. I'm not going to see it in theaters. So I don't know. When all these things tie together, it's a lot to keep up with.
You're going to like it, though. It looks good.
Yeah.
I think that's not to be like superficial, but it looks good enough.
It'll be great. It'll be great. Well, something to look forward to. Now I just have to go one more month without spoilers.
Yep. You'll be no problem here. I won't spoil any more for you.
All right.
This is RadioU's Worst of the Riot.
Yesterday, it was announced that Staples Center, that's been the name of the arena in Los Angeles. It's where the Los Angeles Lakers, Los Angeles Clippers, they've played for a long time, and the Los Angeles Kings in hockey as well.
Yeah.
So they played there for years.
It's been 1999.
Was when it was named the Staples Center.
Yeah, so basically, for most of people's lives, it's always been the Staples Center.
Yeah, but that is all changing. They've announced a massive 20-year deal, one of the biggest as far as naming rights go for arenas ever in the United States. And it is to, on December 25th, change the name from the Staples Center to the Crypto.com Arena.
For 20 years,
For the next
deal
20
is?
years, it's going to be that way.
Are we sure Crypto.com is
Yeah.
going to stand the test of time for 20 years?
Yeah, that'll be weird, like 10 years down the line.
If they just, go out. So
Yeah.
They say that the new name should begin taking over the Staples Center on December 25th. And like you mentioned, they believe it to be the largest U.S. venue naming rights deal. Very curious what that cost would have been.
Yeah, it's funny to see the reaction to it because people, of course, are concerned primarily that, when you're having big events at the Staples Center and the announcers, they've always been, oh, man, you can feel the atmosphere here at the Staples Center in Los Angeles or whatever. It's just going to have a way different feel when you go. You can just feel the electricity in the Crypto.com arena.
Well, that seems to be everybody's real big issue with it. It's the .com part.
Yeah.
Because whenever you talk about websites, now most things you just say it, but not the .com part, because that's where you're going anyway.
Right. You don't have to add that on. Why didn't they name it the www.crypto.com arena?
They're really one step from doing that. So everybody's kind of annoyed. Why don't you just call it the Crypto Center, which sounds a bit villainous, but that's fine.
It does kind of sound like, wait, is it actually an arena, or is this all a puzzle that we're supposed to solve?
And I'm not sure that for it changing its name over on December 25th, if that was enough time or if people are just kind of in shock. Because Staples Center is iconic.
Yeah, of course.
But at this point, everybody's going to have to get ready to change over to Crypto.com arena.
Weird to do it in the middle of the season for everybody, too.
Sure.
Why not have the season start? And then,
it's just the year.
You tune in for the first Lakers game and you'd be kind of thrown for a loop. You'd be like, what, the Crypto.com arena? What happened to the Staples Center? But at least it's not in the middle of the season. What a Christmas gift. But you actually, going back to the idea that Crypto.com is not going to be around for 20 years. Are we so sure Staples is going to be around for 20 years either?
Well, that's probably why they were done.
Yeah, right.
You think originally, I thought, crypto must have come in and just outbid on it from Staples, but maybe Staples Center's like, no, we can't anymore.
Yeah, we can't afford this.
We can't afford to have
Staples
this.
is in a much different spot than they probably were in 1999 when they bought the naming rights to it. But I do want to say that just for all of us, Nikki and I work in broadcasting, but just for you can keep calling it whatever you want. You want to call it the Staples Center because that's what you grew up with? That's what you know it as? Everybody will know what you're talking about, at least for the next 20 years. And then when you're 20 years older and 20-year-olds are calling it the Crypto.com arena, they'll change the name again. So it'll be a whole new cycle.
I don't mind crypto as much, but I'm not calling it the Crypto.com Center.
You're not?
No, I'm not doing that for the arena.
You're calling it the Crypto arena.
I'll be like, hey, that one place.
We can just call it the Crip for short.
Oh, that also feels weird.
Does it?
I don't like that one as much.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So yesterday, it was around this time, a little earlier in the show, where I wasn't even meaning to talk about it. But right before we started talking on the air, I had put lotion on my hands, and I was still rubbing them because I put on a lot because I need a lot.
A little extra.
Uh-huh.
And we didn't know that Hudson's hands are very, very, very dry.
Yeah, I have real issues. The palms of my hands and my knuckles are fine. It's just the nail beds where I will just get the worst hangnails that eventually lead to everything bleeding. And unless I lotion as much as I can. And so I didn't realize that people had such strong opinions on lotion that over 24 hours later, we're still talking lotion talk
it's
in
nice
the text.
Because, it means that was actually a real problem for you.
Yeah.
And so you guys are always so sweet because you're like, I got it. Yeah, I got the answer.
Hey, at least I'm not alone with my lotion issues, apparently.
Right.
There's others out there.
You guys have the brands that you like. So thanks to Sarah. She texted in. She's a podcast listener. So she was getting in afterwards. But she was saying, I think she's in Mississippi, Cornhuskers lotion, which looks like an old-timey medicine bottle.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a lotion thing. It looks like liquid.
Okay.
Not lotion, but it looks old school. So she said that Cornhuskers would always need it because their hands were so bad.
Okay.
So it looks really medical.
Wow. That'll make me feel like I'm doing work with my hands out here.
I don't see you ever husking corn.
No, and yet the Cornhuskers and I, those hard workers and I, we have the same issues.
That's right.
We're not so different.
No, and
me and my typing and clicking, and them and their corn husking.
She was saying that I think it's at Walmart. Everything we've been told by you guys to look up, though, if you go to Amazon, it's like $20, $30 more than if you were just to find it at Walmart.
It's an eye-opening eye-opening situation to not buy your lotion on Amazon.
Well, Justin was saying, I used to work on a farm in the winter and got cracked, bloody fingers on palms. And said for you to try Working Man's Hands by O'Keefe's. And O'Keefe's
Somebody said O'Keefe's before.
Quite a few people have.
Yeah.
They say that that's really good. And that I did see on Amazon, too.
I really love Working Man's Hands. Again... implying that for some reason that my hands are getting all cracked up because I'm doing something hard labor.
He was saying you can get it at Lowe's or like a hardware store, so it's real intense.
That's real. Oh yeah.
But you don't have to tell people that you don't really actually work with your hands and you're in radio.
Yeah, but if I had to go to Lowe's and buy it,
they don't check.
They're gonna see me and they're gonna be like, this isn't for you. You have to earn this.
But you
have to be out in the cold. You have to go dig a ditch or something to get this.
All we're doing is in a dry room where we're at, and we just talk. So you probably should need like a lip balm more than a hand thing.
I have chapstick too.
You could do that.
I just rub that all over my hands. That's what I deserve.
If not, we'll get a little, we'll add some humidity, or what do you do? Like you add
a humidifier?
Yeah, we'll put that in the corner for you.
That might help.
We'll try to bring something else into the air here.
Probably
so
what I need to
dry.
do in my bedroom at night.
Yeah, probably.
That might be a big deal, a big helper, but...
Well, we've got you some lotion ideas. So you tell us when you decide which one.
They're pouring in. And
now they need to pour on your hands.
That's exactly right.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. The Riot, RadioU.
So supply chain issues are everywhere across the spectrum of all kinds of goods that we're trying to buy for the holiday season. But I've got one thing you don't have to worry about. You will be able to find it this holiday season.
What is it?
That is...
chicken wings?
You know what? I don't know about that. Those are domestic, right? So it shouldn't be so bad. But the prices have gone up. Actually, Beanie Babies are going to be... You're not going to have an issue with finding them because Thai, the company that makes Beanie Babies... they say that they have circumvented the seaport issues because that's where so much of the supply chain problem is happening. They've paid over $200 million over the past month or so to fly their Beanie Babies in from China instead of, taking them over by ship.
Wow, that's so much money.
So the Beanie Baby supply will be fine. They actually say, even though it's costing more money, they're not even raising prices for the holidays. So
that's
your
on
Beanie
them.
Babies are out there.
I guess, no offense, but I did not know. Like, I know what a Beanie Baby is.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that Beanie Babies were still a thing. But I guess they
I don't know if
must
they
be.
are.
So
that's what I'm thinking.
I think they're banking on the fact then that there won't be other toys.
Right.
So you'll be like, here's this.
By availability, they'll be out there. No, that's totally what I was thinking. Is we've heard from Beanie Babies, we've heard from Crocs. We're just hearing from all these things that you wouldn't normally want. And they're like, hey guys, just want to let you know, we're not going to have a shortage this Christmas. And everybody's like, we weren't worried about having a shortage. And you're like, but we won't have a shortage of Beanie Babies or Crocs. And guess what? We've secured a nice supply of black licorice and fanny packs too. Everybody gets what they want.
Like,
Happy Christmas.
Like, I don't want any of that.
No.
Listen to the amount of money on this stuff. Because what happens now is so much of the stuff is stuck in cargo things, on the ships, and they just can't get removed, or they're stuck. Once they're removed, they just don't leave and don't get transported. Mm-hmm. And, there are prices a company can pay to get a more priority service. Mm-hmm. So like one that we work with, it was like $150,000 just to get like looked at to possibly get your thing off the ship.
Oh, wow.
So they're paying like millions of dollars just to try to get their stuff where it needs to go.
Yeah.
But for this toy company, they were paying since before October, because they do Beanie Babies and Beanie Boos, which sounds Halloweenish.
Okay.
That's when they started using air freight to start transporting stuff.
Yeah.
They did 150 cargo flights of toys. And those flights each cost between $1.5 and $2 million.
Oh, wow.
Each flight.
That's crazy.
So that's why they say they've spent $225 million just to air flight all their toys. That'd be such a fun plane ride if they were like out in the plane, but they're probably in boxes, so never mind.
Well, maybe you could just take one out to sit up and be your co-pilot.
Yeah, just sit in all the toys and all the Beanie Babies.
I want the turtle with the big eyes. He can sit on the dashboard.
Yay, the best flight ever. And as it should be if it's over $1 million for the
right.
flight.
That'll make it all worth it too, man. I wonder what kind of cut the pilot gets out of that.
That's expensive. So they say that they were taken from airports in China, including Shanghai, Hong Kong areas, to Chicago, where they go to the headquarters for onward distribution from there.
Special appointment at headquarters. All the Beanie Babies. Well, now you know. At least you can have it as a fallback option. If you're doing some Christmas shopping for people out there, you don't have to, if whatever is first or second or third or fourth on their list, you can definitely still find some Beanie Babies and Beanie Boos, whatever they are.
Not to ruin the surprise, but, a certain someone in this room, maybe, if you want for your Christmas present, we could look and find the turtle with the big eyes. If that's what you want, you let me know.
Well, now that I've mentioned it,
I won't forget.
Hey, it could be worse. Oh, wait. The Worst of the Riot podcast.
Do you remember the Cleveland Indians changed their name to the Cleveland Guardians?
They did, and then there was all that a hubbub about the other Cleveland Guardians, and you're like, what's that?
Yeah.
That was it a roller derby team?
It still is.
You're right.
Roller derby is here to stay.
I don't necessarily say yes to that, but they're trying. They have a reason to stick around.
They've been around for 7 years, and their name, the Cleveland Guardians Roller Derby, has been registered with the state of Ohio since 2017. So they're not some Johnny-come-latelys here trying to get in on the
for 7
Cleveland
years.
Well, yeah.
I don't know.
They were here before the Cleveland Guardians baseball team.
That's true.
Their name was, anyways.
That's true.
So
they had a lawsuit against the Cleveland Guardians baseball. So, yes, what took over for the Indians. And they said that two sport teams in the same city cannot have identical names.
They said that, and that was like the crux of their lawsuit against the Cleveland Guardians baseball team. But they've reached a resolution. Did you see?
How much money? Because I'm sure
it doesn't say.
I'm sure the Cleveland Guardians now believes the roller derby team now believes that two teams can't have the same name.
Well, yes. So they've reached a resolution, but the resolution, as far as we're concerned, is that there is no resolution. Nothing has actually changed.
What do you mean?
Well, the lawsuit has been dropped.
Oh.
They've reached some kind of settlement. But as far as we know, they haven't revealed any actual details publicly about exactly what you said, how exactly much the Cleveland Guardians baseball team decided to pay them to just leave it, or second possibility, because I think it is possible, the Cleveland Guardians baseball team bled the Cleveland Guardians roller derby team dry, and so they weren't able to afford to keep on fighting in court anymore.
Well, the derby team said from the beginning that they would be willing to sell the rights away, but they said that they didn't feel they were offered a fair amount of money. So I guess this will still be worked on behind the scenes where we're not welcome to see the details.
Yeah, but the good news is, fans of the Cleveland Guardians roller derby team can now rest easy. They won't have to change their name.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Guardians baseball team, if you were a fan of them, maybe you were hoping they would change.
But they're not. They don't have
due to this lawsuit, but nope, they are.
I feel bad for the roller derby people who are not like actually involved in owning the rights of their name. Because say if I ran the derby team and I had the rights and I was the owner. Well, then I would have a lot of money. And guess what's not continuing? The derby. Suddenly, I'm gone.
Yeah, you're just retiring on your roller derby.
Yeah, on the roller derby money. So it doesn't mean everybody gets a cut of that.
The Cleveland Guardians roller derby players, now they're free agents.
They are.
Maybe they can sign in a different city that's not Cleveland if they want.
You tell the derby people, have you tried baseball? Because now you can maybe move over to that.
Yeah, or they just have to give up their roller derby career and become grocery store clerks or something.
It felt like the derby thing kind of felt like you did that on the side as your fun thing,
Yeah,
but maybe
probably,
it wasn't your career.
Probably. I don't know if there's a lot of money in roller derby.
Now there is. Just for the one who
Just for
owns
the
that.
one team. That's right.
The Riot promise is that they'll always have an opinion on everything they talk about. But that doesn't mean any of their opinions will make sense. This is The Riot on Radio U.
LeVar Burton.
Oh, the one guy.
Yeah, the, of course, Reading Rainbow beloved host. He also was Geordi on Star Trek. And then we didn't hear from him for a long time. Mm-hmm. And suddenly he reappeared when Jeopardy was looking for a host. And I don't know how that relationship came to be where they're like, you know who we should call? LeVar Burton, or vice versa.
Well, I feel like the Jeopardy crowd was the right age where they were probably read to by LeVar Burton when he was younger or when they were younger.
Yeah.
But he became everybody wanted him to host Jeopardy, even though no one watched Jeopardy.
Right.
And I don't even think if he did win that, we would have watched it. But he was like the fan favorite to try to get the hosting job.
He really wanted to host Jeopardy. Like, he was one of the more vocal campaigners for himself to be the Jeopardy host.
And people think that he was done wrong with how that was handled.
Yeah.
So it was a mess, and he was the result from some of that mess was not good for him.
Yeah, it didn't work out for him. And even after they, the whole situation happened where they switched out hosts, he still apparently was not really seriously considered anymore. But we have some good news for LeVar.
What's he doing?
He is getting to host a game show.
Oh, another one?
Just not Jeopardy.
Yeah, he didn't want that anyways.
He's getting to host a brand new show that maybe one day will be even more beloved than Jeopardy or Reading Rainbow or Star Trek, and that is a new Trivial Pursuit game show.
I think this just means I don't like game shows.
You don't?
I don't think I'll like that.
Not even if LeVar Burton is the host?
No, I never watched him on Reading Rainbow.
But surely you watched him on Star Trek.
No, you know what? I didn't.
You didn't?
Did not.
So you never saw the Trouble with Tribbles or whatever?
No, did he wear the eye thing?
Yeah, see? You must have watched.
I just know. I don't think my dad watched. I think that's why. My dad watched that.
LeVar, I wonder if he will wear the eye thing for...
I bet you if Trivial Pursuit does a Halloween edition, they'll have him do that.
Or do you think he wants to leave that character behind?
No, he's happy to bring it back.
He's moved on now to bigger things. He doesn't just want to be known as Geordi.
They say the Trivial Pursuit's one of the best-known brands in the gaming universe. I'm thrilled to have partnered with Hasbro and E1 to bring the game as a premium show for television.
Ooh, so premium? Does that mean we have to pay extra to watch it?
Is it like a daytime game show, or is it on a game network, or where's it going to go?
Is it just going to... I actually don't see it. I don't see a channel or a streaming service that it's going to be on, but I would think E1, I think they're affiliated, maybe, I could be wrong on this, maybe with Paramount, so maybe it'll be on either CBS or it'll be on Paramount Plus. I'm not sure. It doesn't say. Or maybe it's just one of those things where they've got the show together and now they have to sell it to some whichever channel wants it.
I bet you that's the case. And you should know this. E1 is a Canadian multinational entertainment company.
Really? Hey, look at that. Go Canada.
Out of Toronto.
You know what's funny? Speaking of Canada and LeVar Burton, have I ever mentioned that one time I went to the planetarium in Toronto in Canada? And LeVar Burton, and we saw a show.
Yeah.
And LeVar Burton as Geordi was the host of the show. He wasn't there. He was the voice of whatever the show was.
Yeah, he was kind of the host of it.
And somehow I still remember that even though I was quite young.
That means you're connected with him and you're meant to watch.
Why would I remember a thing about a planetarium? That's the only thing. I don't remember anything educational. I just remember it was LeVar Burton. Yeah.
So I guess we'll have to wait and have more details as they come. But if you were disappointed that LeVar Burton did not get the Jeopardy thing, he's now going to host Trivial Pursuit.
He's finally moved up from...
At your next Friends game night, he's coming over. You're going to have to pay him.
Yeah,
but
he'll be there.
2 is better than 1. Unless we're talking about The Riot. The Riot, Radio U.
You're going to be watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Never usually watch it. I don't like to do anything on Thanksgiving.
Just sleep in?
Let alone anything that morning.
Oh, yeah?
So I don't usually get up.
I think it oftentimes replays later in the day.
Doesn't matter.
I'm pretty sure I've noticed that.
Okay, I lied. That's not why. I just don't want to watch it.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you, but
Isn't it just like balloons and Broadway songs?
Yeah,
and
the Rockettes
that's
and
about it.
yeah, I'd like it's always some band that we wouldn't think of nowadays, but not like classic rock, just like a band from the 90s that you'd forgot. Like, oh, hey, it's Better Than Ezra. Why are they in the
and look at their balloon.
Right.
Hey.
They're playing a song because they're involved in the new Shrek sequel or so. I don't know. But the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, maybe this is a reason for you to watch. Because coming up this year, an all-new type of apparatus is going to be unveiled by the Heinz Company.
Yeah.
It's not a float.
Gravy comes out. They spray the crowd.
Actually, that's not too far off. But it's not a float.
Okay.
It's not a balloon.
Yeah.
And it's not a vehicle. It is a mix of all three. So it is a Flowlunical.
Oh, it's part balloon, part vehicle, and 100% they say absurd.
Yes, it is. And it is a giant pirate gravy boat with gravy spilling out. And I wish it was real gravy. I really do. And then they've got a little side things that are...
but with COVID, you can't be spraying gravy
Oh,
at
no,
people,
not safe.
So
Well, their masks would soak up the gravy. They wouldn't even be able to eat it anyways. So
it is like bigger size. The picture that I see makes it look really small.
It does look tiny, doesn't it?
So
but
I can't quite get, because I can't get how that would look in person.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I feel that might be like artist representation and artist rendering because they haven't revealed the actual thing yet. They can't reveal it until the parade, or then you wouldn't watch.
I want to say this nicely, but do you see the mashed potato bowl?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys have to look it up. Does it look like it's flipping you off?
A little bit, yeah. Well, it is.
It's got his hands out in a very mean gesture.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because...
It looks evil.
It is evil. The mashed potatoes is evil, which is where I start to take issue with the Heinz situation they've got going on here. So not only are they putting out the Gravy Boat Pirate Flowlunical, they're also putting out a new children's book called Grace and the Gravy Pirates. Mm-hmm. And you can actually download it for free on Amazon right now if you wanted to. And it tells the story about how Grace and the Gravy Pirates, I like in the synopsis, inspired by the iconic Thanksgiving gravy boat that comes out once a year. This is the first time it's come out, and it's not iconic. Nobody's seen it yet.
Listen, don't mess with their marketing. Just let them have it.
But it tells the story about how they fight off
the mashed potatoes?
All the things that make the holiday dry, including the evil mashed potatoes.
Well, it looks like it's saying something.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but this will not get me to watch the Macy's Day Parade, so no worries.
Not that, not Better Than Ezra.
No.
Not the Rockettes doing their can kicks.
None of
that.
Broadway play. Nope, none of it will. I will pass on all that.
What if Lin-Manuel Miranda makes an appearance?
No.
You know he's going to.
I'm sure, but you gotta
Him
know.
and James Corden. What if they sang a song together?
Just remember, everything that looks real in TV production land is not always real, and so they're not there. A lot of them are not there on Thanksgiving, sharing the day with you at home.
You don't think it's I don't know who are the morning hosts now?
Oh, they're probably there.
Michael Strahan or whoever, Kelly, and what? Do you think they're hosting it still?
They may be, but they're getting paid.
Well,
just for the holiday.
I kind of like the idea that they pre-record all of their stuff because the parade is already pre-planned anyway. So why should they even have to get up early?
Well, look for the new Heinz stuff. They're promoting the book, the gravy book.
Yeah, and it's free. So go ahead and get it.
Great.
And more importantly, get some gravy.
You just heard the worst of the worst. We'd give you the best of the best, but we'd have to find that. As soon as we do, you'll be the first to know.